Oh, okay, Ben used to tell me all the time about how I overthought things, and that was a way to placate me and not tell me I'm a bad player. So we're on this like 40-game tear. End of this season, we're playing this team that I called us racist. Like, what was that team called? CMCA.
Calgary Muslim.
Okay, and then we're something like up 3-1 or something, and I give up 2 big goals in front of the net because I choke and stuff. But the reason why we can't call that a 40-game win streak and we have to call it a 40-game undefeated streak is because we tied that game. And you guys still show it off like it's a big deal, and I'm really proud that you could look past how I'm bad. So I'll pass it off to Big T now.
My favorite memory, probably one of Coach Ben's best speeches. We suck shit. We're just bad. And we're at a tournament, and the coach is like, "Guys, you suck shit. You gotta be better. You're all pussies." This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna shit in a bag. You're gonna make them eat that bag. At the end of the game, they're gonna thank you for making them eat their shit. We went on that 40-game tear. Well, it was a good way to have to not practice because we didn't like practicing. So we just started beating kids up. And that's one of my favorite memories. It was awesome. Pass it to my boy Big N, no talent.
My favorite moments is after we got the pussy speech, we just became a team that is not even good at soccer and we just hit people. And we've beaten down teams so hard that we've been called cowards and racists. Pass it to my boy Vita.
My favorite memories must be my numerous injuries that
That's a good one, that bridge is.
Okay, grab your knees. Let's not make a big deal about it. Okay, I pass it off to D. Bates.
Okay, I haven't been on the team as long as some of these people, but I've definitely experienced enough abuse to say that I'm a solid part of this team. I think my favorite time on the Roughnecks was like I waited to join, and I'm a little sad that I did now because we just have so much fun together. But I love the fact that we won Tier 2, I think, twice in a row without a keeper. Like, we just have enough grind on this team that we could put anyone in net, and that everyone would just work hard enough to not get any shots against us. And somehow we would come out winning games that we never thought we would, just because we just played so hard.
And you're saying that because you were the keeper.
Well, yes.
That's why I was so proud.
Anybody
shoot
Jared the Carrot. You want to go?
Jared,
I really put you on the spot. Everyone's going to
Let's go,
Let's go, Frankie.
I've only been on the team for 2 seasons now, but I've had a good time and good memory for my last year of soccer before I go to university. So,
play varsity soccer.
I'm taking psych. Yeah, Eddie.
I'm retired, guys. I retired 2 days ago.
We can tell.
Last year, well, it's been pretty good, you know. I guess my best memory probably was tomorrow when we win on this.
Eddie, do you need me to interpret?
I know, from the English guys. Yeah, well, it's been a good year. Better than my last team, obviously. That was kind of shit.
It's been fun. You guys have just joked, and the general plan has been fun. Yeah, brown. Next brown kid.
Take your pick, guys.
Come on,
I
then.
was just recently joined the team, so I don't have as much of experience as the rest of the team, but definitely when we went to Kelowna a couple of weeks ago or a month ago, the funniest thing ever happened. Ben was he's half drunk, comes into the room. It's all the immigrants in the room. Ben just extra racist. He's talking about brown people. He looks at him, he's like, whatever the fuck you
I can't believe you said that.
I'll pass it on to Scott now.
Well, I just like that over the years, you guys poured your heart and soul into practices, trying to get us to be soccer players, trying to like pass the ball and and stuff.
And acting like this year, just trying to get you to practice.
Yeah, and like your punishments were like do laps, and we wouldn't do them. We'd like, it's okay, we're trying to watch you guys run. And,
You guys suck at running.
yeah, we're bad. And then like just every game we'd still win because we just grind it out.
Because we weren't tired for practice.
Like eventually you guys like at practice you'd start out being like, okay, we'll do some drills, and then it's just like, okay, so you guys just need to work hard. That's it.
At the end of every season, all practices are just scrimmages. That's all it becomes.
I'm tired.
And I get so excited when we're getting like about a month in, because I'm like, oh, they'll let us stop running. We can just scrimmage. Like I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a fun time.
We love doing 3-on-3 scrimmaging.
Gucci.
That's
Yeah.
I think my best memory at this club was moving here. Like coming to it because it came from shit coach.
Somebody sleeping in the hallway.
He was nasty that he missed the play.
I got some duct tape, Steve, don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll turn that after.
You'll pay for it. But like all the goals I've scored too.
And don't forget the ones you let in.
That too.
You were the guy the keepers loved, remember?
Okay, I was better than Reed that game. That's weird. Coach now is still a dickhead.
Now you got to.
Both of those. Yeah, I'll pass it on to Steven.
Well, I won the original Roughnecks. We got the original 5. Me, Scotty, Shorty, Shaden.
Please fist bump.
Right.
Very good.
And I've probably been on this team for about like 8 years, known these guys for a really long time, made like great friendships, and I was one of the first ones that Coach Ben Trent came on when I was below 6 feet tall.
Steven was born at 6'6".
And one foot. And when Coach Ben knew dick about soccer.
Which is still now.
All the time, he called us girls. And
You had to break down the self-esteem first.
no wonder why we're so fit right now. It's been a great run. Like honestly, I made like one of the best friends of my life on this team. Great time.
He's got other friends, Jordy.
That's Coach Trent.
But probably the favorite moment on this team was when I went on a 3-year drought of no goal scoring. Had this one dream in indoor and like tipped it above the keeper and perfectly rolled in. It was just like a freaking gift from God. Like, the entire bench just roared. And, I thought we were winning like 4-0. Oh, best moment of my life. It was great.
That was my best moment too. I'm sick of the parents ribbing me. My son can't score, man. He's like his dad.
Then you hope he doesn't score.
Jesus.
Pass on a big M.
Big
Sexy man.
I definitely my favorite part of this team is the transition we made from a dump and chase team to a purposeful dump and chase team. Yeah, we definitely went from just dumping the ball over to actually knowing where we're dumping the ball. Away from the keeper.
They finally got it!
Thank God for Trent.
But probably the best memory of us playing was the game we played against the select team from Wisconsin, Minnesota. That was a hell of a game. That was definitely.
They make them tough in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Was it raining?
Yeah.
Was it raining?
It was like a misty.
I think it was raining because it felt like a movie.
It was like muddy everywhere. It was like a movie. Quite
And
bad.
there was romantic kisses because it was a movie.
Alright, I'll pass it to Neil.
You're the closer, Jaden.
Oh, I forgot about Jared. Like Jared and Eddie and Kareem. Where is Kareem?
He's at the hotel.
Spraying. He's got to go about 4 hours spraying an olive.
Also, he's not allowed to eat, so he's going to like
Tired.
He has been.
His body's tired.
Sorry, Neil.
Go ahead.
But it's been an actually amazing season. Best team I've ever been on.
Yes.
Funniest team I've been on. Like my last team was a few guys funny. This is the whole team funny.
Only level.
Where's Jaden?
He's guys apart. The closer.
Give him the bell.
First off, I want to say thanks for putting up with all the crap I threw at you.
What's he talking about?
I'm a little better after my first scheduled timeout. But you guys do put up with a lot of my crap I get with you guys, and you're the best people I've met in my life and made a lot of friends here.
It's gonna be a cheer wrencher. He's playing the heartstrings.
I hated you being my coach, but
Because now you know how I feel.
Brent, thanks for not saying that.
this team has really shaped me in a good sense, and you guys really have built me up in a good place, and I'm really thankful you guys are here involved with us, and I've loved this whole campaign we've had.
I think my favorite moment was when I scored from half by accident in outdoor. And it came off straight away. I actually felt kind of bad for Jaden because I was trying to pass it to Jaden and then I scored.
Go?
Go.
First things first, I'm actually glad, after having missed the last couple seasons, I'm actually glad to have had the opportunity to associate soccer with the Roughnecks. It's just been a fantastic time. All the seasons, I've had great fun, met great people, and just the attitude that's shown on the field, I know that it's going to take each and every person as far as they will go. Like, yeah.
Alright, your favorite soccer moment?
Soccer moment?
Yeah.
I like, oh, it would have to be the, like Kelowna, yeah.
Kelowna?
Kelowna, yeah.
Alright, well I'll tell you my favorite soccer moment was I
Okay.
think you circling that one kid, talking smack to him, going walking circles around.
Yeah.
I think he thought you were a psycho.
Yeah. I like to do that.
Alright, thanks Dan.
So my favorite roughneck moment was how much our team actually liked soccer. I just remember there was one time before provincials, and provincials were obviously coming, and we had to practice a lot because we were never really good at soccer. But instead, what we decided to do was play a big game of rugby. So that really made our soccer skills better before provincials. So that would have to be probably one of my favorite roughneck moments, playing a little bit of rugby, because that's how we actually played soccer. So it really worked out. Good.
So my favorite roughneck moment
Yeah.
is in one of the games. A cross came in and Scott was going for a header, and I figured, hell, I'd try a bicycle kick, and I nailed him right in the face the whole game. He was just super pissed at me, and I think he was pissed at me for like a month after for kicking him in the face. And I thought he wasn't even injured.
It's just a big girl.
He's big pussy.
Give your damn card! It's like a part-time job!
Well, we will say thank you very much for this 3 cents an hour to coaching these boys and shaping them into young men that as parents you have all failed at.
Thank God we showed up just in time to mold them.
We managed to take them from terrible soccer players and just watching them grow up. So hopefully tomorrow they will prove to all of us what awesome, the world, what awesome soccer players they are, winning gold at provincials. Exactly. We don't need to say that word.
No. Hopefully the soccer gods are there.
Maybe they made the goal a little bit larger for Scotty tomorrow.
I was falling down. I couldn't go over the net.
The sun was in my eyes. The mustache got in the way.
That's right, but it's been an awesome experience, not only coaching all these young men and watching them grow, not only as soccer players, but as, man cubs. Into persons who some can grow mustaches, and others still need to draw them in. Which tomorrow, just as a side note, we will need all mustaches drawn in for the picture.
Not for the game. If it's effed up your game, shave that shit off.
Only because, what, team pictures?
Well, I forgot to do it today, so we're trying to remember for tomorrow.
We're trying to remember for tomorrow.
Hopefully
you know.
Tears of joy.
Yeah, so for me, it's been a great experience coming to this team. Assisting Ben with the coaching has been awesome.
It's Coca.
I'll just call it assisting. Because that's what my wife tells me it is every day. And then Ben tells me the same thing. He says, this is my fucking team, and you're assisting. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
That's why I made Ben blow up balls for the first year.
As the head coach, I blow balls for my assistant. So hopefully the TV doesn't distract Tyler too much from the amazing speech that's going to come. But it's been like 8 years of great speeches from these boys, and seriously, watch the fucking TV. First and foremost, I do want to thank Trent for coming along when he did. First and foremost, it's okay if a big guy cries, so that's what's going to happen. Secondly, thank you for Trent coming along. We finally got rid of those bags of shit of Tom and Greg. But honestly, I took over the team in first year at U12. The Roughnecks were born, and there's a few original members on the team, and it's been since they've been 10 to 11 years old, and it's been an amazing run that you think back and you're like, we're 8 years in for some of you guys, we're 3 years in for some of you guys. the black guy there, you know, a couple days. He's gonna get us some stereos on the cheap. One of the greatest things, you know, and you think about that you do this for the kids. And so when I started coaching, we had a terrible coach, and I was very frustrated with it. And I thought, you know what, I'll just take over the team. I can do a better job with this guy. I hate soccer. It's a gay sport. My kid plays it, and I love my child. So let me come in, and I'm super awesome, and let's do this business. So the dynamic is amazing about what people take away from the last 8 years, the last 3 years, the last 8 months, whatever it is. For the boys, and this is what we wanted. I wanted the boys to hear a message from me. Really, you're doing a popper right now. Wow. So Gary is so hard up for doing one shot, he's going to do one by himself in the middle of the most amazing speech ever. And you're even doing properly. Wow. Thank you, Gary Canto. I've only drank once this year. Yeah, Karen will help you out. There you go. Karen's like, we'll put in some tequila, and then I'm gonna add tequila, and then I'm gonna add tequila. So Carrie will be sleeping outside. Open up wide. No. Let Gary do it. Carrie's like, I can hardly wait for the speech to end. Oh my God,
we're on vacation.
Yeah. But you know, the most amazing thing about this team is that everybody that's here has different reasons for being here. And it's awesome. And I will say thank you to the boys that have given their stories and things like that. Because you know what? For you guys, what I want for you guys is not to remember what I said, but to remember what you experienced when you were on the field. When you're at practice. Those moments of when you scored that amazing goal. And I hear you guys talk.
When you're at the frat parties.
And you know what?
Talking to chicks.
For you guys. For you. Yeah. Well, or dudes, Scott. Dudes. We pegged you as a life partner, and it's good. You know, we're all there. It's a choice. It's a choice. But you know what, Scott? Scotty, sometimes it's not a choice. It's just how you're born. But anyway. For you guys, what I want from you, and you know, I've wanted for a long time, I told myself, what I want for the boys is to remember what I told them was important to me. But you know what? Keep going, Carrie, you're doing great. What I want for the boys, and ultimately what Trent wants for these boys, is as most of you are going off to university and things like that, what I want for you are memories that matter for you, because your life is going to be filled with moments of time, things that you're going to look back to that go, that was a cool moment, remember when I did this, remember when we were doing that, and it's going to transcend soccer. Soccer's a bullshit sport and play for fags, right? But honestly, for you guys, football's not a football. American football's a real sport. Yay for England football. Sorry, Steve. No offense. But honestly, for you guys to see you guys with relationships that hopefully, and in life, you're going to have very few relationships that are going to last you more than a couple of years or things like that. You guys have made and forged in the fires of hell when the Roughnecks were forged. You got each other's cell phone numbers, and you're going to text each other. Snapchat. So when Scott's car breaks down, or Brandon's lost his penis again, you don't know why, but his penis has now disappeared, he will Snapchat, and you're like, oh my God, he's that big, and he still acts like that? But anyway, for you guys, what the hope is, and especially for the new guys coming in, is the hope is that you guys have forged friendships that are going to last forever. Because in life, you're going to have a handful of that. And I've told you guys a lot of shit throughout the years, and I've wanted to stick with you. But at the end of it, when you look back, it's really about the memories, what you've created, and what matters to you guys. And that's why I got into coaching. One, thinking I'm going to do a better job than George Green, which I did.
He was a jerk face.
He was an absolute
And his
asshole.
son sucked.
He was a piece of shit. But anyway, whoever he was, for some of you new guys that didn't want to join the team or whatever, you were black and we blackballed you out there. For the parents, you guys came in, and you know what? You guys accepted the community in the same way that the original, I'll tell you right now, why this team is at success is because the original kids that are here are character kids. And the reason why parents stick with this team, is that the original parents are character parents. So I look at the Riggies and I look at the Tuckers and I look at Merca and I think, but you know what, you've got a character group of parents. And so for parents, you guys were able to build a community and it meant something to you, and it was something to you, and it should feel something to you. So you get a guy like Rob Milner that has been here for like 2 seasons or 1.5 seasons, and he's like, yeah, nothing would make me happier than to be able to leave Kelowna at 9 o'clock at night, drive through the night, and then take the black kid, the Mexican kid, and some Asian kid or some East Indian kid to their home so that I could get home at 4 in the morning so I could go to a very important meeting at 8. I would love to do that! And Rob did that because, you know what, it was important to his son and it was important to the team. And you know what, Rob and Jarrett have felt welcome to this team because of you guys. In the same way that Memo and Ukarsh and Eddie go to play for an older boys or a men's team a month ago, and I get a note back from Dennis Steele, who's the head coach of that team, and says, and I told these boys the same story, is that, you know what, if these boys are the character of your whole entire team, you've done a great job. And I sent them a quick note back and said, nothing to do with me, but they are a direct reflection of my team. And that's on you parents. That has nothing to do with Trent and I, has nothing to do with coaching. That is good parenting with amazing boys.
Had a little bit to do with me, though.
I will say Trent stepped up and he's like, I'll parent these kids. So everybody has a selfish reason to be here. So the boys are going to get their experience, and the parents are going to feel welcome into a community, which we want, especially as we get older, like Shelley. You want to Trent is here because he had so much political strife with the girls' team that they eventually fired him. So he had no place to go. So he's got selfish reasons. For me, and I tell people quite honestly, why do I coach? I coach because I can berate and belittle children. I love to make fun of them. I love to be completely politically incorrect. I love to be racist. I love to be sexist. You name what the wrong thing.
He's got all the yeses.
I love to be that, and I'm with kids that are scared when I say, if you tell your parents you're off the team, I can say whatever I want. So, as an alpha male who loves to say bad things, this is my venue. No, I'm waiting for I need to be 100 yards away from young men and all that business. Not because I touched it improperly, I said it improperly. And that's okay. And I'm okay with that as well. And that's the reaction these kids are like, holy shit, we're going. And so what I want them to take away, if they ever take anything away from me over the years of what I've ever said, and these boys have heard this speech a million times, and they get speeches from me all the time, but it's really about just being yourself and being allowed to be yourself. And when I'm coaching, I'm allowed to be myself with you guys. And when you play, you're allowed to be who you are when you play. And that's what it comes down to. And you know what? And I've told these boys, don't blame your parents, don't blame your coaches, don't blame anything else. Who am I? Blame Scott. But I've told these guys since for a long time, who am I? I decide. And you know what? I want these boys to decide who they are. And at the end of the time, they've got no excuses. they've got nobody to fall back to say, you know what, my parents were this, my brother was that, my teacher was this. No. Fuck you. You own your time, you own your space, you own who you are. And I tell you what, as a coach, it's very, very sad for me that tomorrow is our last game together. Because I love you boys. And you know that's the start. I've loved you boys. But nothing makes me prouder when I'm talking to these boys like I'm going to UBC and I'm going to some shithole school in Saskatchewan. And you know what? If you're 4 foot tall and Indian, you're going to Lethbridge. It just happens. It happens. It's not Jordy. Jordy's not Indian. He looks like he's Indian, Gary, but he's not. He's actually Asian. But at the end of it, it is very, very bittersweet to say goodbye to you guys tomorrow. And it's not goodbye forever. You guys know you've got my cell phone numbers. I'll do a bullshit. It was funny because Ron gave me a nice little note saying thank you for doing such a wonderful reference letter for Nick. And I didn't have the heart to say, I just did switch oot cart with whatever. It's what I did. Except I took away India and said born in India. But other than that, was all I did. But honestly, like for you guys, and what I wanted to bring when we were together, and honestly, being together as a group, that was our time. And you know what? That was no one else's time. That was our time. And it wasn't the parents' time, it wasn't my friends' time, it was no one else's time but our time. And that was it. When you're on the field, that's your time. And what did I say to you guys before? Practice time, coach's time, game time is your time. And spending that time, especially in game time, because that's your time. And when I can see who you are in game time, that's who you guys are going to be.
Your time tomorrow.
Your time tomorrow. And you know what?
Your time.
No more. The moment. No.
We're gonna go into our time. It's our time.
But the moment that you, the moment that you remove excuses, it's all on you, and that's life. And you guys are great young men, and I've gotten way more from any of this than you guys will ever have gotten from me, and that's the honest truth. The fact that to see you, especially like Steve, Scott, Jaden, Nick, Tyler, Brent, Memo, coming in when they did, Jordan, coming in when they did, as 10-year-old kids, 11-year-old kids, to see you as young men, and you're comfortable in yourself, loving yourself, ready to go tackle that next stage, boom, it just bursts because I love you guys, and I love the fact of who you've become, and it's been my greatest pleasure to be your coach.